We are now studying the respiratory system, which is the system that brings oxygen into the body and gets rid of waste carbon dioxide from the body. So, if you can see from this poster, here we have the respiratory system. The main organs of the respiratory system are the lungs. And the lungs, if you can see here, are like an upside down tree. And each of the branches of that tree is hollow. So air is sucked in through here into these small branches. And at the end of these branches, we have little balloons called alveoli. And surrounding the alveoli, we have blood vessels. So the oxygen is in the alveoli, and it can pass through that tiny little balloon called an alveolus and go into the blood, the small capillaries that are lining the alveolus. So that's where the blood picks up oxygen in the lungs. And in the blood is the waste product from the cells, carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide comes out of the blood and goes into the alveolus, alveoli, plural, and this is breathed out. So, respiratory system, the lungs. These are transparencies, a nice transparency showing the respiratory system. So as you can see, the air comes in through the nose or the mouth, goes down the trachea. The trachea here is lined with cartilage so it doesn't collapse, into the lungs, which as I said before are upside down tree branches. The branches are hollow. And then this has a very nice picture of, at the end of those tree branches, we have the alveoli, the air sacs, and lining the alveoli are the blood vessels. Blood vessels here are very tiny. They're called the capillaries. Oxygen goes into the alveoli, goes through the walls of the alveoli into the blood of the capillaries. The carbon dioxide in the blood goes back into the alveoli and is then breathed out. Because the lungs are such an important part of our body, they are protected by the ribs. And the ribs also protect the heart. This is a model of the lungs. Emma is pulling down on the diaphragm. So this rubber represents the muscle at the bottom of the rib cage, the diaphragm. When she pulls down on it, she creates more space in the rib cage and the balloons inflate. When she pushes up on it, that air is pushed out. So basically we breathe because we're creating more air in our rib cage when our muscle gets pulled down. So just to review, when you pull down on the diaphragm, more space is being made in the rib cage and air rushes in through the mouth or the nose to fill that empty space. Okay, this is a bag that we use to see the lung capacity of our students. Lung capacity is how much oxygen, how much air we can get into our lungs. The mouthpiece was put at the top of the bag, and then the students took a deep breath, blew into the bag. Typical lung capacity of a student is between 3 and 5 litres, which is quite a bit. You can see this beaker here, quite a big beaker, is 2 litres. Some of our students can get twice as much air into their lungs as this beaker.